Look, this investment guru tips will double your money. Just claim the offer.
Double your money from any random group. Pay attention. Promising double returns, they'll lure you in tight. Unverified groups will send fake tips overnight, emptying your pockets before you can fight.
Well said! Well said! Well said!
SEBI and NSE advise consult only SEBI registered advisors and make payments only to verified accounts or UPI IDs. An investor awareness initiative by SEBI and NSE.
Presented by National Stock Exchange. Co-presented by Canara Bank. Together we can.
Good morning, you're with us here on Business Today and we're counting down to market opening for you. I'm Aabha Bakaya. Let's get you all the headlines this morning. Big news for youngsters as the government could implement age-based restrictions on social media. Minister Ashwini Vaishnav says discussions are underway with companies. This is the first time the union government has talked about these restrictions after months of debate in the country. Stark warning for Indian IT industry. Billionaire venture capitalist Vinod Khosla says artificial intelligence poses an existential threat to the services and outsourcing sector and could wipe out BPO firms almost completely within the next 5 years. Adds that the industry has been slow to grasp the severity of the threat. Top Indian companies tie up with NVIDIA for its top-of-the-line graphics processing units. The $4 trillion company announces partnerships with Reliance, Hero, L&T, TCS and Wipro. The companies will get access to NVIDIA's computing chips and AI software across industrial applications. Apple all set to shake up the wearables market. Reports say the company is working on smart glasses, a pendant to be worn around the neck and AI-powered AirPods. All three to be linked to cameras and will be integrated with Siri. Apple share up more than 3%. Luxottica makers of Ray-Ban down nearly 6%. Wall Street closes in the green with modest gains. Software stocks under pressure on AI disruption fears. Street awaits Fed minutes for policy signals. Gold drops 3%. Silver slides 5.5% ahead of key data. All right, let's take a look at the setup this morning. Shailendra Bhatnagar and Sharad Awasthi, both of them joining us as well. Shail, what's the setup looking like? We've continued to see a steady trend of pressure when it comes to IT and the overall sentiment. Wall Street overnight also continues to be nervous.
Good morning, Aabha, and a very warm welcome to Sharadji. I would focus on the positives in the market, Aabha. I'm hoping that 25,800 is what the Nifty will target on the long side today. Stocks and sectors in focus would be the auto space on the long side. You can buy the dips there. The banking space really good looks good, especially private banks and on the dip, and PSU banks on breakout. You have financial services doing very well. Nifty consumption is doing pretty well. Healthcare, CPSE and the pharma space will provide opportunities on the long side for intraday traders. Again, speak to your technical advisor, speak to your fundamental advisor before working on what we suggest. Aabha.
All right, let's take a look on your screen as well. We've got the latest on precious metals edging higher. That's the opening trade that you're seeing on your screen. Edging higher now on precious metals. MCX silver surging 4,500 to 2.33 lakh per kilo. So remember, we've seen hugely volatile trades, but inching back, and gold jumping now 1,500 to 1.53 lakh per 10 gram. A little bit of what's playing out in Iran is once again also fueling the safe haven sentiment, but we've also seen a huge recalibration and a lot of volatility as those prices look to settle somewhere on that chart. MCX silver currently now at 2.33 lakh per kilo. Sure, Namaste. Good morning. We're counting down to opening. It's really been all about tech, and with the AI summit currently ongoing, really all attention and dialogue has been centered on that. What's your key takeaway?
Yeah, so I think we are using this opportunity to buy into the IT stocks. While we do think that AI will cause some disruption, but I think most IT companies are very much ready to play along with this whole disruption theme. If you look at most IT companies, they've already worked on various AI infrastructure projects. So I don't think we are using this opportunity to buy into it. I think this is a strategy. This is a space. Actually, AI is a space. Is something where internet or e-commerce was around 10-15 years ago. So I think next 10-15 years they will have a lot of limelight. But it's not something that you should be so scared that you dump all Indian IT stocks and believe that everything's over for them. So we think this is a good opportunity to buy into IT stocks.
All right, a good opportunity to buy. That's the view coming in from Sharad. Now, the Union Minister Ashwini Vaishnav has signaled that stricter age-based rules for social media could be on the horizon. Citing global trends and India's own data protection framework, he said that the government is now in active talks with platforms over age restrictions and deep fake safeguards. The message clear: protecting young users online is fast becoming a regulatory priority. Let's go across to Aishwarya Patil for more on this as well. Aishwarya, take us through what the new norms could look like. And before that, actually, let's listen in to the commentary coming in from the Minister himself, Mr. Ashwini Vaishnav.
This is something which has now been accepted by many countries, that age-based regulation has to be there. It was part of our DPDP when we created this age-based differentiation on the content which is accessible to young people. So that time itself we took that forward-looking step, and and right now we are in conversation regarding deepfakes, regarding age-based restrictions with the various social media platforms on what is the right way to go forward on.
Let's go across to Aishwarya now for more on this. Aishwarya?
Well, earlier as well, we saw that some of the social media norms had come out just before the precursor of the AI summit. We talked about having labels on content that is created through AI, impersonation, and some sort of deep fakes also, in order to reduce the misuse of AI. So we heard Minister Ashwini Vaishnav, of course, speak about this officially. Earlier we had a proposal and a paper that was out by the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. So that's all in all what the minister has reiterated at the AI summit, Karan.
All right, Aishwarya, thanks for that. In fact, remember, this is coming on the back of a whole host of regulations that several countries have taken with regards to those that are underage and what they can do online. Moving our attention back to the markets, just about a minute to go before we kick off opening bell. It's looking a little quiet right now. No major cues coming in overnight either from Asia, and continues to really be a little nervous with all the attention currently on those IT giants that seem to be wobbling in trade. Let's pull up the opening ticks for you on your screen and see how the index is looking this Wednesday morning. Let's pull it up for you. Markets now just flat, 25735. No major move coming in. Nifty Bank also completely flat right now. I think there may be more action on the individual gainers. So let's try and pull up the gainers and losers list for you. Pressure continuing on IT, of course, still down 1% or so on the IT pack, taking its cues overnight from Wall Street as well. Let's see. BEL, still some action. Zomato, Cipla, a couple of the names on the upside today. And let's take a look at where some of the weakness is coming from as well. TCS, by the way, is holding forward even though there's overall pressure on IT. Weakness on ONGC, Coal India. ONGC is down about 2.5% right now. Power Grid is down about 0.5% as well. And we've got SBI Life, Bajaj Finserv, HDFC Bank, just marginal cuts coming in on some of those. The broader indices are also pretty much flat, so no major move coming in there. And there you have it, the mid-cap 100 also quiet right now. I mean, advances are not looking too bad, but the gains are just marginal, and overall, it's really quite a dull market opening. Shell, what are you picking up?
Well, Aabha, I just like to look at the positives in the market. It might be dull on an overall basis, but as they say, you just have to troll into the market to look at winners. And of course, look at the metal space, look at PSU banks. This is a space that we've been warming enough for the last 1 week or so. Look at Indian Bank making a fresh high. Look at how Canara Bank is screaming up, Bank of Baroda putting in a lot of strength. And at this point of time, when you look at the broader space that's showing signs of strength, it's the metal space. Jindal Steel and Power, a fresh record high at 12.13. Indian Bank, just as I pointed out. L&T at a fresh high, 4276. Cummins India doing very, very well. This is the GCC play. And of course, from the transmission distribution space, Power India, 1% higher. You just need to know where to look and what to buy at the right time. And our show is the best place for it.
Shell, you were talking about ONGC yesterday. I want to pull that up because today we're seeing weakness, of course, on the back of what's happening in Iran. So down 2.5% there. What does one do with an ONGC right now?
Well, Aabha, at this point of time, ONGC presents a unique opportunity in terms of the valuation that is there. Yes, there is the nitty-gritty of the Gulf issue that we are facing, but at 21 EMA, a stock that has been very, very strong amongst the PSE, CPSE setup of public sector companies, I would be hopeful in the medium and the long term. Sharad ji is the best person to advise on how the financials stack up, but at 21 EMA, this is not something that you should sell, but look actively towards adding a trading bet on the long side.
All right, Sharad, let's get your view on ONGC, and then I'll also come to you on some of the other movers today.
Yeah, I think valuation-wise, we are comfortable. While the oil price trajectory, we are not very bullish, but recently because of these Iran tensions, there's been a spike. But I think the way ONGC is placed at current valuations, 4-5% kind of dividend yield, we don't see any kind of big erosion in the numbers. In case some of the, new oil fields, etc., discovery does, come out and fructify, then I believe there could be further uplift. So I think the Oil India, ONGC, these are good bets. Venezuelan issues might be resolved. They might have something to benefit out of that. Also, some money was stuck there. So I think there are positive developments. We are very comfortable with the valuations. Broader trajectory in oil prices might not be very favorable, but at these valuations, we believe the margin of safety is very high. So at least we are looking at targets of around 350, 375.
Okay, on IT, the pressure is coming in on Infy and Tech Mahindra. So just to pull that up for you, TCS is actually holding fort today, but it's TCS and Tech Mahindra where we're seeing some of the pressure building in. And just pulling that up for you on your screen. Infosys and Tech Mahindra, pardon me, is where we're seeing the pressure. So Tech is down about 1% and Infy also down about 1.5-2%. In fact, Infy's, I think, been seeing the brunt of the pressure, now recovered slightly after opening and down about 1% still right now. So that's on IT. Persistent Systems is also trending lower this morning, 1.5% lower on that one. So that's really, those are some of the pockets where we're seeing some of the pressure build up. On metals, let me come to you on that front, Sharad. And, between, let's say, a JSW and a Tata Steel, what would you pick up currently? Because from the metal majors, and particularly when it comes to the steel majors, where are you seeing the most potential for upside if I had to force you to take one pick? Sharad?
JSW and Tata Steel, the common theme is that they have large capexes over the next, 3, 4, 5 years. Which will substantially change the alteration, the numbers that they post. But I think at current valuations, I would not be comfortable with either of them. We have been a bit bullish on Jindal Steel and Power. We are working with targets of 1250, 1300 on the stock. So we think that's very much achievable. The earnings trajectory will be stronger, driven by the capexes that they've done. So I think maybe Jindal Steel is better. And if you can just, shift to a different version, I think graphite, HEG, RHI, Magnesita, the suppliers to these metal productions. I think they are in a very sweet spot. They could be very good ideas to bet on. If you are looking at a risky, sub-metal kind of thing, then I think even Rain Industries could be something where CPC and carbon products are there, which are provided to aluminium. So I think that could be a multi-bagger kind of story. But there is a bit of risk, there is a bit of debt overhang there in Rain and global operations. But I think RHIM, HEG and graphite, we are very confident at these valuations. So rather than playing it through the metals, I think playing it through this theme could be a very brilliant way of doing it.
Okay, so Nifty Metal, that's where a little bit of the bright spark is today. Let's also take a look, continuing to touch upon IT throughout the show. We've got the Sarvam launch this afternoon at the Indian AI Impact Summit, and you could witness a landmark national technology milestone. On display will be the Sarvam AI, which is India's full-stack sovereign AI platform. It's built on Indian data, sovereign Indian data, spanning foundational models, large-scale applications, and the compute backbone behind them. Its significance lies in showing for the first time how the entire AI value chain can be built on Indian data and infrastructure. We'll, of course, continue to bring you updates on the AI Summit as well as we continue through the show. Now, I want to come back to some of the other movers in the market today. PSU banks are seeing a little bit of momentum. Sharad, everyone's been waiting for that breakout in banks. I don't think we've seen that kind of a breakout or that kind of buying traction, whether it's on the PSUs or the private sector, even though numbers were fairly in line. But some amount of buying action today on the PSU side. And where would you perhaps place your bets? Any particular stocks? What do you feel is the right strategy? And when do you think we'll actually start to see a bigger move on some of these names?
I think across PSU banks, what has happened is the first leg has played out very well. I think we have appreciated 30-35% from the lows, or even better in some cases. SBI has been a ranked outperformer. But from here onwards, I think we are preparing for the second leg. If you look at the likes of PNB, Canara Bank, Bank of Baroda, I think the valuations are still comfortable. Maybe SBI has run a bit too far in terms of where they have usually traded. But I think PNB, Canara Bank and BOB could still be very decent bets to play on. Still trading at one kind of price to book. I think if the numbers continue the way they are, advances growth have been good this time around, and we are expecting this trend to continue over the next at least 3 to 4 quarters. Not much risk from the credit cost side. NPA cycle should be favorable, and corporate loans are also expected to come back with the capex boost. So I think it's all in all a very positive development for them. And in case rates also start on the lower trajectory, I think even the treasury part of the business should start supporting. So we are very bullish. I think most of these stocks should ideally still have around 20-25% upside from current levels. So Bank of Baroda, PNB and Canara Bank will be the best bets to play on.
Okay, all right. Ease My Trip, let's pull up that one for you. It plans to raise 500 crore rupees to scale hotels and holidays business. The stock is up 9% on that news. Let's pull it up. While we have seen a whole amount of interest and traction across hospitality, across tourism, and continuing to see that buzz play out in terms of how people are preferring to spend and how much they're traveling, Ease My Trip now planning a 500 crore rollout, and was up about 7%, cooled off just slightly now, 6%. It's still a 10 rupee stock. Sharad, would you have a view on this one?
I would like to abstain actually, because we created a basket of these stocks, the likes of TBO Tech, EasyGo and all this, and Yatra. Most of them performed very well with this theme of tourism and travel going across. But this company have had governance issues. So I would be waiting on the sidelines for more confirmation in terms of numbers, etc. Then take a probably call on Easy Trip.
All right, so fair warning coming in there. All right, on the sidelines of the India AI Impact Summit, the focus firmly will be on inclusive innovation. We've already seen this play out. 2 key sessions took center stage. The Tata AI Sakhi Immersion Program and the Tata Bharat UI Hackathon. This was yesterday. Addressing the Tata AI Sakhi Immersion Program, former Union Minister Smriti Irani, the chief guest at the event, said that AI can guide women the way Krishna guided Arjuna. The Tata AI Sakhi Immersion Program is aimed at empowering rural women through hands-on AI learning and real-world skill development, designed for women entrepreneurs, artisans and community leaders. The initiative seeks to show how artificial intelligence can enhance productivity, promote self-reliance and unlock new business opportunities. Here's Smriti Irani on how AI can look to empower women.
मैं कहना चाहती हूँ, आज की दुनिया में एआई से बेहतर सारथी किसी महिला योद्धा के लिए नहीं है। वो सारथी रथ पर सवार होकर नहीं आता, मोबाइल पर सवार होकर आता है, मात्र यही एक फर्क है। और मोबाइल आपके लिए एक साधन है। आज इस कार्यक्रम के माध्यम से वो साधन सखी बन गई। इस विचार के लिए आप सबका विशेष अभिनंदन।
The AI helping rural women when it comes to helping them out and supporting them. Could you share with our viewers what really it means at ground level of helping them out?
Absolutely. I think that's a great question. Let me give you two examples. One is from the Karigars' point of view. Right? Today the Karigars are reaching out to people of different, designing jewelry for different cohorts. So for young women, when they want to design jewelry, how can they get new design inspirations? So they're using AI to say that, okay, I want to, in their natural language, tell them that this is the kind of design I want to generate. And AI is helping them create those new designs. And that's a huge empowerment for them.
With the Yuva AI Hackathon, sir, the group has been very particularly focused about, tapping the young talent.
Yes.
So with the Yuva AI Hackathon, would we expect the same, and what is your vision on that, sir?
See, absolutely. See, that we are breaking two important barriers in the Yuva AI Hackathon. One is, all these days, AI or programming has been the forte of people who are comfortable in English. Now what we are doing is we are teaching people from, again, non-English speaking background on how they can use AI and develop coding, develop software. Second is people with non-engineering background. These are all people with commerce or education, literature kind of background. We are teaching them again how they can use AI to develop software on their own. So two important barriers are being broken, and imagine the kind of power, value and kind of technical capability you can unleash with so many people having the ability to code and having the ability to produce software based on what they think is useful for the local community they operate in.
All right, that's where we leave it on the show today. Thanks so much for watching. Do stay tuned. We'll be back at 3 p.m. with all the action on market closing.
Presented by National Stock Exchange.
Look, this investment guru's tips will double your money. Just claim the offer.
Double your money from any random group. Pay attention. Promising double returns, they'll lure you in tight. Unverified groups will send fake tips overnight, emptying your pockets before you can fight. SEBI and NSE advise, consult only SEBI registered advisors and make payments only to verified accounts or UPI IDs. An investor awareness initiative by SEBI and NSE.
नमस्ते बहनों, भारत के कोने कोने से इंडिया एआई इम्पैक्ट